What's going on, everybody? Exceptional Gabe here, back with another edition of Exceptionally Animated. And today I've got another legend in the Vancouver voiceover industry. Please welcome the wonderful Travis Tono. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, thank you. What a fantastic intro.
Since it's the Christmas season, I thought it would be appropriate to start out with one of your earliest woes in the industry. This isn't animated related,
Mhm.
but I wanted to bring it up. Remember the Fairly Odd Parents Christmas movie?
Oh, yes, yes. I guess it kind of is animated related because Fairly Odd Parents did start as a cartoon. Yeah, Dingle Dave, good one. Yeah, that was fun.
So, how did you end up getting your role in that film? Because obviously, Fairly Odd Parents was recorded in America. Did they record it in Vancouver, the live action segments?
Yeah, so this movie they shot it all in Vancouver, and actually the creator Butch Hartman, he was there a lot on set, and he was really awesome. I used to go around when I was younger, and at the end of the shoot I would have my script and I'd say, hey, can you autograph like a yearbook? And he wrote on it, and he wrote and he drew the little, the characters, and that made my day anyway. So it was very special.
Did you grow up watching Fairly Odd Parents as a kid?
I did watch the show, but I didn't grow up watching it. I have been a fan though, of him and that style for sure.
Yeah, on
I
YTV,
do see
baby.
though. I don't mean to catch up, but I do see. Do I see Dexter's Laboratory there?
Yes, yes,
Yes,
right over here. Uh,
that is a show I grew up on. That's a show that I watched when I was a kid.
was that on Teletoon or YTV in Canada?
It would have been. I think it was Teletoon. Yeah, yeah. I think it was. You know what? I think it was both. I feel like it might have been YTV first, and then maybe reruns later on Teletoon. That's what.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's so cool. So, another question I had, in the Fairly Odd movie, did you get to work with Drake Bell and Danielle Monet?
Yes, I did. I did work with both of those Nick legends, as you kind of said earlier. And actually, recently, I got to run into Daniela Monet. She's got a new show, I think, a spin-off for that Victoria's show. And so I ran into her in Vancouver, and she lit up. She is a doll to work with, and she's still a really good person and very talented.
Ah, that is awesome. So let's go ahead and move into some of your voiceover work. So, what was your first ever voiceover role in the industry?
Great question. Well, I think I started, doing some voiceover, probably with some commercials, in radio, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then I think I got a pilot that never got picked up, it was called Tiny Warriors. So I don't know if that ever did get out there. But my first one that actually got accepted and out there was My Little Pony, Tender Taps.
Oh my god. So anyway, I watched that episode recently, and I know your role in that episode was very small, but Tinder Taps was such a great character because all of the episodes with the Cutie Mark Crusaders are some of my favorites. And it was such a wonderful story. Tinder Taps was this like shy character, kind of like Fluttershy, and Apple Bloom helped him, get out there, conquer his fear of stage fright, and he was able to get his cutie mark.
Exactly. You're on top of it. You really know your voice work. Great interviewing as well. And I just have to say, yeah, that whole cast was so fun to work with. And what was well, just as amazing was the fans, because I didn't even know when the show was going to come out, when the episode, because sometimes you do it and then they animate it, it'll be a little while, right?
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden, I started seeing fans lighting up about and accepting Tender Taps, even though he was just a small character. I was told, I could tell by the amazing fans of the My Little Pony, that it meant something to them, and so that really kept me going, and that was really my icebreaker into voiceover. The voicing is amazing on that show, and yes, the one person I did get to work with, off the top of my head, on some other voiceovers, was Ashley Ball, and not on the same one. We worked later on in different voiceovers, but it was pretty neat because I know she is a great artist as well.
Ashley Ball is amazing. And also I just love her, singing. She has
Yes,
an
for
amazing,
music.
yeah, she has an
Yeah.
amazing voice, and I just love, you can feel her positive energy every time she
Yes.
sings.
Yes, it is. Is it Hey Ocean? Is that what it is? I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great name, and they're a great group, and she's got a great voice. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And did you want to discuss some of your voiceover roles you've done over the years at Ocean? Like there was numerous you were in, like you were in the Sinbad films. Um,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Cause sometimes I think of Ocean like we did Beyblade there, and we got to do another one recently, the Dead Demons. It's on Crunchyroll DDD, and that was more of like an adult anime. But I almost forgot that Sinbad was uh, such a cool three-part movie, really three movies, and a real anime, with real characters and depth. I have to say, and being the buddy character, um, it was really fun.
yeah. I don't even know where would you watch the Sinbad movies for anyone who would want to check it out.
I know, even myself, I have been trying to find them. I think at one point I saw them on Amazon, but I wasn't sure if they were the English dub, right? Or
Yeah,
the original, right? And sometimes I try to find them on there. So, hey, anyone out there, you let me know as well. I
yeah.
believe though when they were out, they were actually released theatrically in Japan in some places. So that's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And Beyblade, let's talk about that show. You voiced Louis Shiozagi, the legend, the
Yeah, right.
best Beyblader out there. That has to be one of your best characters because his design is so cool. Like it looks like his hair is made out of ice, literally.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see. I might have. Do I have one handy? Yeah, one sec, just for you. Louis Shirisagi, right?
Oh
So there
man,
you
that's
go. Yeah,
so
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Los Lagunas. Yeah, I had to get a little memorabilia from that one, right? It's always neat as a voiceover actor. Actually, while I'm there, one other one for you. Mega Man,
Oh
Iceman, though. I was Iceman, but
yeah,
yeah,
Mega Man,
yeah,
Iceman.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in Beyblade, what were some of your favorite memories of working on that show?
He was energetic, and there's no quote unquote bad guys in the show because people usually grow, right?
Yeah,
But it was cool to kind of play a bad guy, right? I
yeah,
don't often get to do that. And he was powerful, and he was skilled, right? And so for me, when another show I grew up on, you asked, was like Dragon Ball Z, right? That was
yeah,
a show. And so for me, I'd always warm when I was a kid. I'd practice go, yeah, a Duke, all these moves, right? And so when you get to finally do that in voiceover, and you get to say, "Let it rip," right? I had to channel that, right? So.
yeah. Um, did you ever see any of the original Beyblade shows back in the early 2000s? Interestingly, those were recorded in Toronto.
Oh, good fact. I didn't know that. But yes, those shows as well. I did get to catch. And I've had fans over the years say they really like that show, or still do, or their kids still do. So that's right on.
Yeah. And we'll go ahead and talk about Mega Man since you have your Iceman figure out.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
right. Yeah.
yeah. So, in a way, his character design, despite being CGI, it kind of reminds me of Louis Shiwasagi from um, Beyblade because both, look like ice in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's interesting how they kind of do that, and and it's interesting because the way that they I did pull it again, but the way they kind of made his face and everything, like at the time I might have had a hairstyle almost like that. It is interesting, and the blue eyes, like did they do that? Now Iceman's already been a character for years, right? But I'll tell you one thing, I definitely played Mega Man growing up on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, 64, and then all the way up to the Switch, right? So
So how did it,
I'm a Nintendo fan for sure. So
yeah.
uh,
So how did it feel being in, a franchise as big as Mega Man, one that you grew up with?
yeah, that was a dream come true. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, I know that the director was really awesome on that show. The animation was really great, and who knows, maybe I'll get to do it in a video game again one day.
That would be awesome. I wish
Yeah.
you the best, my friend.
Oh, thanks.
And weren't you in an episode of Dinosaur Train as well?
Oh wow! That was one of my earlier ones as well. Dino Train. Do you know that show? Did you grow up on that at all
Yeah,
or
it
watch that?
aired here
Yeah,
in the US on PBS.
yes.
And the theme song is the most memorable part because it's like Dinosaur Train, Dinosaur Train.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? You gotta love those theme songs. You gotta love them. Yeah.
So
So Dino
yeah,
Train, though, yeah, just to go back, it was a fun role. I mean, those are the kind of stepping stones, and those are the kind of roles that can lead you to, eventually, hopefully, instead of just getting to be a guest star on a show, then maybe it'll lead to something like eventually where like Littlest Pet Shop, where you actually are on the show every episode. Right. So
yeah,
you got to build towards that. Right. And so and also the knowledge network and those people and PBS and all of that. I think it's very important to have shows that for especially the really young, that are not only they're well animated, but the stories are good and maybe they'll learn something, right? And so that's the idea with something like Dino Train.
I definitely agree with that. What you just said right there.
Yeah.
And another show you did at Ocean. This show was kind of insane. You were in Kalu.
Yeah, that was pretty recent actually, and that was neat. I've never done a French dub, so everything was originally in French, and so there is a really interesting rhythm that the comedy might be that you have to find, and so that was sometimes challenging, but that guy, the little game role that I got to play, is really fun, and I think we maybe did some other ones too. But that was the main one, so.
So, in Kalu, did you record it like doing ADR for any other Japanese anime where you recorded separately from the other actors?
Yes, those are separate. Most often the ADR is separate. You're not unlike prelay, which is the one where they're animating to your voice.
Yeah.
This one we're watching a TV screen and we're watching the flaps. And so Carl, our director, he's an amazing director, and so he's there for you and he leads you. He tells you if it's working or if it's not working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Carl Williams is a legend.
Yes, he
He
is a legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this was my favorite show, which was ever recorded at Ocean. Do you remember the show Ham Taro?
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I see you like I also like collecting I also like collecting anyway. I have some over the years, some pop bots and memorabilia. Is that something you like too?
Yes, I love
Yeah.
collecting like toys and stuff from
Yeah.
different shows I like. Like I've got
Yeah.
Adventure Time back here as well.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Are you an Adventure Time fan?
I am. Adventure Time is great, and Rick and Morty. Those both, they're more on the adult end, right? But I laugh and laugh and laugh.
Like there was I know obviously you're a rapper as well. There's the rapping robot in Adventure Time. I can't think of his name. Maybe you can remember.
Oh, I'm not off the top, but the one character I'm thinking of off the top is that fun little Game Boy like character
Oh,
that
BMO, yeah.
yeah, Bimo, he's awesome. Bimo's awesome. Yeah, yeah.
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 So
Yeah, but yeah, well, it's awesome that you have such a passion for it. So do I. You have to for this industry.
yeah. So
Mhm.
and that's actually another good question I wanted to bring up. Which did you get into first, voice acting or rapping?
Oh, wow. Well, technically rapping, I guess, actually. It's interesting. I have been doing that since I was a young kid just freestyling. I didn't really release an album till 2010, like so professionally. I didn't do it till later. But since I've released now five albums, I think like a mixtape and four albums. And so I do this to, keep creative and be able to speak my mind. But the rapping kind of came from like I don't know, like let's say someone was bullying you, instead of physically, trying to do something back, you can use your words, right?
Yeah,
And so I grew up like Eminem, kind of being like, you could use your words as weapons. You don't have to. You can also use your words, of course, for love, right?
yeah,
But you can also use your words to defend instead of trying to go through anything physical, right?
yeah,
And so but it also just became fun. And then I kind of would just do it for fun. And But the nickname Little T, anyway, that was a name given by someone else to me, right? And then as I moved around from town to town, people just kind of stuck. They're like, "Oh, that's Little T," right? And so that persona just kind of became who I was a little, right? And then when I first got to Vancouver, I would perform, and I would do open mics. And so when I was auditioning for voiceover, there are times that casting directors knew. They're like, I saw you, at this show. And so you never know where that might, make you maybe a recognizable person. And some of the first roles I got, which was for Braun Studios, they're not around anymore, but they produced some amazing work. And it got me my first Leo nomination for voiceover, and it was a role called the Mighty Mighty Monsters, and the role was the king, and they needed someone who could rap. So you never know. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, I love that. And I'm
Yeah.
still waiting for the day because obviously we were talking about Ashley Ball earlier. She recorded a lot of theme songs for various cartoons in Vancouver.
Uh huh.
I
Yeah.
hope someday you get to do a rap as a theme song for a cartoon.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope that too. That would be awesome. Yeah. I've got to do some, and they have been animated. I'll have to send it to you later, but not the main theme song. Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. But
It's you're funny. Yeah, it's okay. One day I'll get that theme song, like you said. But I'm saying sometimes your characters I have got to rap or they get to sing. So at least I've got to do that. It's fun.
yeah, and probably one of your most notable character who raps, and this is my favorite role you've ever done, is of course in Littlest Pet Shop, A
Oh,
World of Our
you
Own.
oh you have seen it. You know. Oh my gosh, nice plushie there. Good one. Yeah.
Yeah, so this
Pet shop.
Roxy is hilarious. Diana Carina was on my podcast as well,
Yes,
and I've
Diana and I
also
had a lot of fun on that show.
and I've also interviewed Ingrid Nielsen recently as well.
Yes, she played Jade. Yes, and Ingrid too. We had the best time. That was the just the best show to ever make. We really really thought there was going to be another season. But that being said, we're very lucky that we got to do what we got to do. So
So, what was some of your favorite memories of voicing Trip Hampton?
Oh man, Trip. Yeah. Well, Trip Hampstein was such an adventurer. He was an adventurer, and he had a good heart. It wasn't always in the right place. Sometimes he tried. And every day on that show with all the cast. This is before COVID, so we had, sometimes up to 20 cast in their voice mic'd up. Some of the earlier episodes, especially. I think I have that toy too. Let me see. Here we go.
Oh
There it
my
is.
God,
Yeah,
that's
Trip
so cute.
Hamster. Yeah, yeah. It's always neat. It's definitely neat. That's a bucket list right there when you get to have your character's toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the neat thing about Trip is he was probably the closest character to yourself because obviously he got through bath and he loved
Yeah.
those, martial arts.
Yeah, yeah, he did like the martial arts actually, and funny you say that he was so much like myself in a lot of ways because he was too short to go on the roller coaster. That actually is a thing for me. That actually was a thing when I was young. My dad had to put. Uh, he went and got my cowboy boots, and he got the heels from a shoe tailor so that I could go on all the rides at Disneyland and stuff. So yeah, Trip and I are like, and then he raps, of course. He's funny, yeah. So and the Taekwondo I used to do as a kid actually. So I
Oh
was
yeah.
yeah, I was BC gold medalist, but I was so young. Yeah, yeah. I was. This is before eventually you had to break boards and I would literally bounce off the board. Like I just yeah, so I got so far and then yeah.
So my favorite episode is probably the one where they remember the one where they did the Karate Kid parody. Because Chip was doing that like martial arts like event or whatever, because he accidentally injured one of the frogs who was in the event. So Mr. Yut the goldfish trained him like in the Karate Kid, and
Yeah.
then he was up on stage. He was all like, "Wipe the counter."
Well, it's the wax on, wax off, right? Exactly. Well, I'm so glad that you enjoyed that, my friend. It really means everything. So, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Let me think of some other good ones. There was the one where he was trying to break the world record, uh, and instead he got the world record for the most failed attempts at trying to break a world record.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. There were so many good ones. I'll say one other thing I enjoyed was working with the Quincy the goat. Their characters would kind of bounce off each other because he was kind of like a nervous wreck, and then you had my character pushing him. So, though that was always fun too.
Yeah, yeah. There's the episode where you're pushing him to like do more like daredevil stunts.
Yeah, that was fun for me actually. I that one stuck out. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you still talk to Kyle Ryder, who of course
I,
voiced the
I haven't, but I'm seeing that he's been very successful in everything he does. So I wish him all the best.
Yeah. And another episode I wanted to highlight is the one where Trip goes on the Shark Tank parody and he like pitches his idea
Yeah,
for like
yeah.
this flying hamster wheel and he becomes the CEO.
Yes, yeah, yeah. It's just it was so well written. Everything that we were able to do was easy to bring off the page because it was well done, and the animation was good. People would be laughing out loud like as we record that, and it's so rare to find that. Yeah, yeah. We just the best part about it is that people can enjoy it, did enjoy it and can still for years to come because it's animation, right? Like I still like Bugs Bunny,
Yeah.
100 years later, right?
Yeah.
So
And
anyway,
yeah,
right.
and I just love Diana and Ingrid's characters, Jade and Roxy. again,
Yes,
like you were mentioning earlier, how your character and Quincy bounced off each other. Their characters were
they do.
absolutely hilarious.
Because yeah, Roxy had such high energy,
Yeah,
and then you had Jade, who is just so cool, right, and
yeah,
so chill, right, and
yeah,
so
yeah. She was
yeah,
a cat.
so you really did have those two. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
And here, I don't know if you could see this, but I also got my Voxy necklace.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you do. I can see it now. Oh wow, you're the best, man. You're the best. Yeah.
I got it from Hot Topic.
You, I can't believe that you never know what you can get at Hot Topic. Honestly, I like Hot Topic. So you can find all types of stuff there.
I don't even know where was the closest Hot Topic in Vancouver because when I was there, I couldn't find one.
Oh no, it's in Metro Town. It's in the giant, biggest mall we got.
Oh, because I went to the
Yeah.
CF Pacific Center. Uh,
Ah, they're not there. No, I guess that is the other biggest giant mall we have. Pacific Center is nicer in a lot of ways because it's newer and it's downtown. But Metrotown I like because it's got the movie theater I like and it's got the stores I like.
oh
So
yeah. So
yeah.
I sent you the picture. So I went to Vancouver a couple months ago. I went to meet up with my friends Sam Vincent and Lito Car. We had a little get together,
Mhm.
and it was a great time.
I'm sure he really appreciated that. He had a brother named Gabe and he was a voiceover actor. Did you know that?
Yeah, yeah. He tragically passed away.
I know, but I just to keep his memories alive. He was a really awesome actor. And when you're talking about things, I just started it.
Yeah,
So years ago, before I ever even went to film school, extra called Santa Baby. And this had someone named Jenny McCarthy and the guy who was Norm from Cheers. Which is the popular show Cheers, right?
yeah,
And so he was Santa, and we were in Calgary, Alberta, right?
yeah,
But we were there like all the time. We were used as what they call maybe continuity. I didn't even know what that was at the time, right?
yeah,
I wasn't union yet. They had just put out a radio thing saying, we're looking for people who are short. Right. And so on the radio, somebody hit me up saying, hey, they're looking for short people, right? So I went in to that casting, and the casting director, I said, I want to be an actor. I had all my plays I had done and all my little awards from high school and stuff, right?
yeah.
She looked at me, she said, better off being a plumber. She said to me, right? I'm like, wow. So one, that goes to show you never take no for an answer, right? She said, yeah, okay, whatever, he'll do. But it was so fun because I'd never been on a real set. It was all Santa Christmas based, since we're talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
And Gabe was one of the main actors,
Oh,
Vincent's brother. And I remember watching him and I remember thinking, this guy's good. I want to like learn how does he get this part? How does he doing that? How did he get this? Yeah, so he inspired me actually when I was 18. I'd never even went to school, I'd never done anything. I just had heard about it on the radio. And then Jenny McCarthy, I have to say, was so sweet. She took pictures with everybody. She gave us all signed autographs, and she invited the extras to the rap party, which never happens. Like even now, they barely even have rap parties, even for the cast.
yeah.
It's just kind of a thing of the past since COVID. So this little show, anyway, Santa Baby, that was my true kind of first start, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and that's another good question. Who would you say was your biggest inspiration to get into voice acting?
Oh, well, I mean, the earliest memory I have is Robin Williams. Because that's the first time I probably even associated the cartoon with the actor, not knowing,
Yeah,
when you're a kid, they're not necessarily a real thing. And I remember seeing Aladdin, of course, and Genie, and knowing it was voiced by Robin Williams and thinking, this is amazing, right?
yeah,
And then also in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, he's playing a voiceover actor, and so he goes in and he's watching something that looks like kind of like Tweety Bird.
Yeah.
And he's voicing, "Oh no, don't eat me, please," and the kitty, no, and he's doing this thing, and so yeah, I think he would have to get the credit, maybe, yeah.
So I have a couple. I am trying to get into voice acting myself. In fact, I went to Los Angeles a couple of years ago, and actually, no, it was only a year ago now.
Yeah,
Um,
fair enough.
I recorded my first ever voiceover demo reel in Los Angeles.
Amazing. That's the place to do it. That's the big place. I'm gonna be heading there myself soon, actually. So that's the final frontier.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. But if I had to say, probably my two biggest inspirations, one of them is Jessica DeChico, who is an American voice actress. She
Huh?
voiced Flame Princess in Adventure Time.
Oh, cool,
And
cool.
the other one is someone you might have worked with, Tabitha St. Germain.
Oh, yes, I have had the pleasure. She is the woman of 1,000 voices. It is unreal. I've seen her just pull voices from, oh my gosh. I guess the years of experience probably too, but she is cool.
Yeah. Her,
She's good. I have to say, actually, on that note,
yeah.
there are two voiceover actors that are local that help me.
Yeah.
Scott McNeil. Yeah, he was an amazing person. He had me just come over to his house, say, "Come on over, we'll just run it." And the other person was Kirby Morrow, rest in peace.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he also was someone who was just like, "Hey, buddy, you want to do this? I'll help you." And that is amazing. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Scott McNeil is awesome. I would love to have him on the podcast too, but
Hey, I know. I don't know if he's on social media much, but he is a good guy. So I haven't talked to him in a while. But if somehow you do, he might. You never know.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, moving along, your next voiceover role, this is a recent one, I think. You were in Toba.
Yeah, well, Tobot, another actually ocean, I believe, and I got to do two, so it was kind of neat. So the first Tobot athlon, is I got to play Kyle, and Kyle is like the main kid, throughout that story for a while, and then I got to come back, which is amazing. Only in voiceover do you get to do that, and play Swag, which was kind of the anti-hero a little. And so he ends up being, good in the end. At first, you don't know. And Swag was even cooler overall. So I have to say, Tobot is awesome. And then to be doing a Korean anime,
Yeah.
and then now to see it being on Netflix. When we started, it was just like a YouTube show, I believe. So I think the show's grown. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like it.
I haven't seen it yet, but I need to watch an episode or two if I can
Okay.
find it online because it
Well, you should be able to because I believe Tobot was on YouTube. Sometimes it's hard to find, but then I also saw it on Netflix recently, but that could be Netflix Canada. Like, you don't know, it could be different, but I believe it is on Netflix.
yeah, I gotta be sure to watch it. It looks like a transformer. Best way to describe it looks like Korean Transformers.
Yeah, it is. It's like if Kia made the Transformers,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But hey, honestly, if that's the closest I got to Transformers, I'll take it because I have never done a Transformers yet. But that is another show we grew up on. Actually, another just on a side note,
Yeah.
someone I grew up on and then later got to work with, which is all you could ever ask for, right? Your inner child. Beast Wars, Beasties. It went by two different names, Transformers. Do you know that
Yeah.
show? Yeah, and so Gary Chalk, he was a legend. He was Optimus Prime, right? And so when I got to work with Gary, ever and his big booming voice of Optimus Prime, like I can't do it. I can't even go that low, right? Is pretty cool.
So, I'm gonna tell you something that's gonna blow your mind. You ready?
Oh, okay.
I interviewed Gary Chalk on my podcast.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. Good, good. Gary's awesome.
You
Yeah,
gotta be sure to check out the episode when you get a chance.
I will. I will.
So, your next show you were in. So, ironically, you were Tinder Taps in the OG My Little Pony, but you were also in Pony Life, weren't you?
Well, yeah. So, the thing is, sometimes I get to, but sometimes, you never know with that IMDb because I have to say sometimes there are things that you get tagged in that maybe I was the voice of or maybe I wasn't. So that one, I'm not sure 100%. I hate to say,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah. I
Because
do have a lot on that IMDb, don't I? Though.
Yeah, because IMDb, I make this joke in just about every episode. IMDb, the highest rated movie is The Lion King because it's the king of lyings.
Yeah, it is. That's a good one. That's a knee slapper. But yeah, it is pretty hard to verify. I mean, you do have to verify, but it's still every so often something will slip. Same with Wikipedia.
Yeah,
It's usually pretty factual, but every so often there might be something in there that's, a
yeah,
little off. Yeah.
and
Next one though.
and yeah, and Pony Life wasn't even as good because some of the actors didn't even return. Like Kathy Weslock wasn't there, and Lee Toko, who I told you is a good friend of mine, he didn't come back for Pony Life.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the frick?
Yeah, it seemed like I'm not gonna talk down on anyone else, but the fans will tell you, right? And so it seemed like it wasn't as embraced as the other ones. That's all I'll say,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, definitely, yeah. And another show you were in, which, believe it or not, I haven't seen this show yet, but everyone keeps telling me you need to watch this. You were in Ninjago.
Oh yeah, Ninjago. You know what? I think you would like that show. Because what it's I guess if it's a bit of a commitment because there's a lot of episodes in there.
Yeah,
But I got to play a couple on that one, and then the Lego has some spin-off with Lego Dreams. And so it was really neat to finally get in that door because I had probably been auditioning for that show for season after season after season. And then finally I got it. I'm like, yes, I'm like, they do like me. They do like me. Yeah. So I was happy to get on that and just to get in the Lego world because like the Lego movies are so cool. Let's face it, right? Like the Lego shows are great too. And but like everything is awesome. Like so to be even a little piece of that Lego world is great.
yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing I would say about Ninjago, Sam Vincent is in that show. He's awesome. And also another favorite
He
actor of
is.
mine and close friend. Do you know Andrew Francis?
Yeah, Andrew Francis is really awesome. Yeah, he's a cool cat and he's very talented.
Yeah, yeah, he's in that show as well. I believe he took over
Mhm.
for Kirby after he passed
He
away.
took yes, he did. There you go. Wow.
Yeah,
Full circle.
but yeah, I will need to check out the show sometime because everyone
Yes.
keeps telling
Now you
me.
because you're gonna know you know too many people on it now.
Yeah. So, anyway, another show you were in was Super Team Canada, which is another news show.
Yes, it is. It's been on HBO and Crave. And Will Arnett's in it. He's a Canadian legend. That's a Canadian legend right there. And I've been watching him since Arrested Development when I was younger. And then all through his career, I've been following him. And then, but Buckman Horseman or Buckman. Oh my gosh, I'm saying it wrong right now. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Now, okay, I have to correct this, or I'm just gonna, I'm gonna look bad. I have ADHD, so I'm kind of neurodiverse. So not the same. I know you discussed, but so people wonder why I talk a mile a minute. There you go. Yeah, and so sometimes my brain has like 1,000 thoughts at once, and then I have to cipher through them.
Listen, I can relate to
It-
you because let me
yeah,
tell you
right.
something. So, uh, you mentioned earlier, when you were doing your rapping, talking about your rapping career, you
Yes.
mentioned that you use your rapping to try to reach out, like Eminem, to people, to bullies, you use the words,
Yeah.
to fight back.
Yes.
So I started this podcast, so I'm on the autism spectrum, and I like to, highlight, different voice actors and talk about, my passion, share my passion in the industry with everyone else. And I like to spread autism awareness. I'm very passionate about autism awareness.
Well, yes, I think you're a perfect candidate to be that person. It's always good to be the change you want to see. And it's never easy, with bullies in whether that be growing up or even in the workplace, as I've had to deal with grow over the years. And I won't get into the stories, but sadly, even on set,
Yeah,
I had to deal with bullies, and it's hard when you want to stand up for yourself too, because sometimes other people might just sit back and not say anything. Some people might say something, and then they are the ones in trouble for saying something, or if you speak up for yourself. So but in the end, it's good because you're going to make a difference for yourself, but you might inspire somebody else, right? When you stick up for yourself like that. And power to you, creating awareness. And even just from talking to you right now, it shows, I think, to me and to other people, that your passion and that you are highly capable.
thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
you're
And
welcome.
I have that, same issue you just described about, my brain like scrambles a million miles a second. So I can definitely relate to that.
On that other note too, just to go back, it's called BoJack Horseman. My brain was switching it up.
Oh, Jack Horseman.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so Will Arnett, anyway, legend. Also, I used to watch How I Met Your Mother, and so the other actress on there, she is amazing. What is it? Oh my gosh. So yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, Kobe Smulders. There we go. Yeah, she like again another legend, right? Canadian
Yeah.
legend. And so yeah, so to be part of that Super Team Canada, and then the writers, I think worked on The Simpsons, some of them. So it's so well written. It's so funny. And then Brian Drummond, like, and the rest of the cast, they're so good. So again, although I did kind of want poutine, I went out for poutine as well. I remember going at for the French guy, right? And I honestly thought that his accent was pretty much the same as mine. So yeah, so I wouldn't mind getting on that whole show. But that being said, yeah, I liked playing Mason. I was happy to get on the show.
That's awesome. And you were also in Polly Pocket a few episodes.
Yeah, yeah. Augustus actually got me my first UBCP ACTRA nomination for voiceover, and I believe that role was really kind of cool and different for me to play. And all of the girls on Polly Pocket are dressed up. Like I came in there all dressed like a voiceover actor. Like, sometimes you don't know. You could go in your pajamas. I'm not that bad, but like, and they were dressed like so well in the Polly Pocket. I come in, I'm like, okay, remind me next time if I come here to dress in like a suit. I don't even just mean that. Like it just like I felt there was a lot of class on that show. Let's
Yeah,
just say that they had class. They kept it classy.
and the animation had that same energy that Littlest Pet Shop and Friendship is Magic had as well.
Yeah, you know what? I think it did actually. It did
Yeah,
carry that, and yeah, that show has been doing season after season. So good, good for it. Good
yeah,
for Polly Pocket. I hope. I mean, 6 seasons or something. I don't know. It's pretty
yeah,
awesome for a
a
show. It's
lot of
pretty great.
seasons.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and most recently you were in Redfish Bluefish.
Man, that was actually harder than you think. Because there's no real speaking.
Yeah.
So the director's going, no, it's not nah, it's nah, or it's not like it's not la, it's la, and so every little like note, believe it or not, had to be like perfect. So believe it or not, that show is harder than it looks, even though there's no words really. And most of it was, like the Minions, just kind of sayings and sounds and
Yeah.
maybe the odd word here and there, right?
So a question I had about that show, since that's one of the most recent shows, to use a Vancouver cast I can think of, did
Mhm.
you guys finally get to work together again, or was it done separately?
That one, no. But Super Team Canada, yes.
Ah,
Yes, Super Team Canada actually had us all, except for, sorry, the two leads did kind of come in, but the rest of us, we were all there.
still that's good.
We never got to meet Will or Ned, no, or Kobe. That's okay. We'll forgive them.
Yeah, because Brian Drummond, of course, is in
Yeah, Brian was there. Yeah.
yeah, Brian Drummond is in Redfish Bluefish as well, and so is Andrea Libman, and
Right.
Diana Karina was in that show as well.
That makes sense, Diana. She can sing as well. They were looking for people who also had singing experience. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Before we wrap it up, are there any other shows you wanted to mention or highlight?
Well, you've done a fantastic job. I'll just say if you haven't watched it, it's a little scarier. I'm in the new Final Destination Bloodlines. You can check that out. That was my first movie to go to IMAX.
Oh, wow.
So I am very proud that to finally have a movie like go to theaters like that. And then I would say look out for me. There will be a show called Private Eyes West Coast. So Private Eyes was in Toronto before, and now they're doing a West Coast British Columbia kind of version, which is where we are. So yeah, look out for that, and thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime. And one other thing, can you still do the Trip Hampton voice? I forgot to ask earlier.
Oh yeah, I don't, you put me on the spot a little with that one, so I don't know right off the top, but I will say, let's see. Maybe if I did it behind the voice of Trip, maybe. Okay, okay. Maybe if I do that. Not cool.
Okay, that was
There you
perfect. That
go.
was perfect.
There you go.
Oh my god, that was the highlight of my day.
Oh, there you go. There you go. All right, brother. Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. It was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you again for joining me, and I hope you have a great holiday season and a happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year and happy holidays to you and yours. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.